Today we're going to talk about carbohydrates, a very complicated nutrient. Last week we did protein. We'll hit fats the next time we have a video because this one's a little long. Carbohydrates, basically sugar. Not all the kind that you bake with, but the sugar that is found in foods. I'm going to read off my notes to give you the information. Carbohydrates are the sugars and starches and fibers found in your fruits, your grains, your vegetables, and milk products. Pretty much everything. Carbs are your body's main source of energy. So it's just the energy to keep you moving, keep you thinking throughout your day so you don't get tired, okay? Carbs are sugars and starches. There are two kinds. We have simple carbs that are things that have a lot of sugar in them, the fructose sugar, glucose sugar, and lactose sugar. So lactose is in dairy. Fructose is in a lot of fruit juices and candy type stuff. And then you have complex carbohydrates. They're the carbohydrates that are found more in fruits and vegetables and breads and grains and things like that. Beans and starchy vegetables, which are potatoes and corn and peas. The complex carbohydrates are the kind that you would like to have more often, as they don't get processed in your body so fast and you burn them up. Your body burns the food you eat as calories, and that's the energy. It's kind of like a train with putting the fuel in. It's going down, chugging down the track. Sugar processes way faster in your body. Just boom, you eat something, you get a lot of energy, and then you sort of go crash. Okay, probably after Halloween you ate a lot of candy and then you didn't feel so good. But something with protein, peanut butter is a protein, but it also has carbohydrates because there's sugar in it. It also has fats, which so it's kind of like a 3-in-1. Okay, so teenagers need about 45 to 50% of all of the foods in your day to be some carbohydrates, about half of what you eat to be carbohydrates. And how are you going to know that? You're going to look on the back of the package. You can if you're counting carbohydrates, and these are craisins. And with a serving, you always want to look at a serving size. So a third of a cup, about that much, has 32 grams of carbohydrates. So when I'm looking at grams, okay, here's what I want for my total day, depending on if you're a male or female, you're active or medium active or not very active at all. Sit on the chair and couch and do video or online learning, which is good. Okay, so 225 grams to 400 grams in your day. That's the 50 to 45%, okay? So if a third of a cup of craisins is 32 carbohydrates, 3 times 32, there's 100. So if I ate a whole bunch of these, I'm almost halfway through my whole day. So you wanna be careful. This is good for you with vitamin C, but a lot of sugar. So we wanna get a mixture of foods. Teenagers often eat more carbs than they need to because they're easy. Bread, crackers, chips, French fries, burgers, a lot of the unhealthy kind. And we're also including cookies, cakes, pop, soda, fruit drinks, flavored drinks, anything with sugar. That's a carbohydrate, okay? So those types of foods are easy to get, whereas making rice and pasta or potatoes, tortillas, things with vegetables and grains take a little more time, but they're a better carbohydrate. It's good to have a balance, small portions at every meal. Bread and some fruit at your breakfast, maybe a sandwich, or crackers and cheese at your lunch, and your dinner could be pasta with some sauce and meat, or rice, noodles, whatever you normally eat, okay? So here's a little list. I'm gonna show you some healthy carbs. So we've got whole grains. That's something that's breads and bread products that are made with whole wheat or rye or flaxseed, stuff like that. Legumes, those are beans, like black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, beans that are in different kinds of foods. Fruits, apples, bananas, oranges. Vegetables, pretty much all vegetables. Seeds, sunflower seeds, Pepita seeds, nuts, almonds, walnuts, all of those things are really good for you. So they're carbohydrate, plus they're a protein, plus they have the good oil. So these are really good for you all the way around. And then low-fat milk products, low-fat 1%, 2% type milk, and yogurts. Stay away from yogurts that have a lot of flavoring and fruit added and the candy on top and all that. A lot of those they just really add the sugar, okay? Whole breads, crackers, tortillas, pastas, and brown rice. You want to try to get the whole grain. So when you look on a package, rice, white rice, brown rice, the brown rice has a better carbohydrate, okay? Here's our unhealthy kind of list of carbohydrates. We eat these and you can have these, but limit them, okay? Sugary drinks, so even like Gatorade, which is like a healthy sports drink to replace your fluids when you're working out, there are some sugar in there, okay? And then fruit drinks and soda pop goes in that as well. Candy, sweets, cookies, cakes, muffins, pie, cake, pastries, donuts, desserts, anything with sugar, okay? I said candy. And processed, I can't read it upside down, processed refined grains, things with white flour. Now, many products are made with white flour, and we bake with white flour. It's not an enemy, you just need to limit it, okay? And if you have a choice to pick whole wheat flour, that would be the best choice. White pasta, you can get whole wheat pasta, you can get spinach flavored pasta. And again, the brown rice if you could do it. Okay, so that's a little list right there. And how much should we get? Well, that's the big key here, is the amount. So a half a cup, which again, I didn't get my measuring cups out, but this is probably a full cup, this little dish, 8 ounces. Okay, maybe 3/4 of a cup. So about this amount, or a little less, is a serving of carbohydrates, which is rice or pasta or oatmeal. That's really good for you. Okay, so that's what you have to limit it to, not like a gigantic bowl. 1 slice of bread is 15 grams or 1 ounce of a carbohydrate. So 2 pieces of bread in the morning, 2 pieces at lunch, more carbs at dinner, you've got 6 carbs. And sometimes if you think of it in 6 things, then you're gonna hit it. A half a cup of potatoes or corn, yellow corn, a cup of berries. Now berries are really good for you. They're natural sugar, and they have a lot of vitamins and really super stuff for you. Half a banana. A banana has a lot of starch. It has some natural sugar in it. Of course, a banana is better than a candy bar, but we still want to limit those carbohydrates. An apple, whole apple, has natural sugars, so it's good sugar, okay? And half a cup of fruit juice. Fruit juice, unless you can find very natural fruit juice, has a lot of sugar added to it. Greek yogurt is not as sweetened. So some of your other yogurts, there's a ton of different brands. So you just want to read the label. So like for me, this is a yogurt. It's a pretty unflavorful yogurt because I don't want to have a lot of added sugars. So again, if you get in the habit of looking at the label, 1 cup of this is 140 calories. Carbohydrates, there's only 6 grams of carbohydrates. 1/3 of a cup of these, very small amount, less than this size, is 32 grams. This whole thing is 6. So this is what, somebody asked what I eat. I eat this for lunch because it fills me up. I know it's good. I'm getting a good dairy and I'm getting some calcium, which is a mineral, and I'm getting some carbohydrates that are low. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my little video here and I'm gonna show you some examples, hopefully you can see, that I pulled out of my cupboard that are pretty common. So here's your whole grain type carbs. You got your fishy crackers. Where am I? Fishy crackers. Fishy crackers and rice and cereals and pasta and oatmeal and granola. And notice that my foods like are whole grain, little tacos, and I choose my whole grain tortillas. And then as I come over here, here's some fruits and vegetables. Again, fruits and vegetables, really, really good for us, but they have a carbohydrate in them. They're the complex carbohydrate. This side is the complex carbohydrate. Black beans, broccoli, sweet potato, good for us, but it does have a lot of sugar in it. So these are little red potatoes. And then we get over here to our snack type foods. So I've got my M&Ms for when I need a little bit of chocolate and some chips. I try to find chips that are low in salt. So these are for my grandkids. Cheetos and potato chips, cookies, candy, okay, even granola bars. They're not as healthy as you think because there's some added sugar to them. Okay, so there's a kind of a normal variety of, well, what's in my cupboard. Okay, so I'm going to show you just a really quick snack, all right? Kind of, I don't know, you might like it. So celery, this is a vegetable. Actually, celery is not high on the nutrient list. It's full of a lot of water, but it's like 0 calories, okay? And peanut butter is gonna give us our protein, okay? And I'm gonna put a little bit, maybe some of you already know how to do this. This was always a camp thing or a summertime thing when we were kids. So you put peanut butter in the center of the celery stalk, all right? And I'm just gonna make a little bit. My peanut butter is really on the creamy side. You gotta go easy on peanut butter. There is oils and sugars. How many carbohydrates in this? 8. Only 8 and 2 tablespoons. And that might be about 2 tablespoons. And when I'm talking a tablespoon, it's like a bigger spoon, okay? So this is going to be my little snack. And I'm just gonna show you a little bit. So celery, 0 calories, and it's a vegetable, so it's good for us, has some water in it. And peanut butter, okay, I could just eat that by itself, or I could jazz it up with craisins. Now, 1/3 of a cup is a lot of carbs, but if I just put a few on there, craisins are gonna give me a sweet flavor. I like to add them to my oatmeal and my salads. They do have a lot of vitamin C, so craisins, which are dried cranberries, are good for you. Okay, that's one little snack, and you can make these ahead of time, and if you put them in the refrigerator, whoops, that was this one, they aren't gooey and harden up, and then you could take them with you. Now my other snack, and actually you could have it as a snack, I usually have it as practically my whole meal, is my yogurt and some blueberries, which are like supernatural foods, superfoods. They're probably the #1. And on our rainbow, they're blue. So here I've kind of got my rainbow. I've got green and I've got blue, and I'm gonna have some yogurt. So I make a yogurt parfait. Parfait is something with layers. And my blueberries. Okay, here's my treat, granola. All right, so carbohydrates, there's 20. And in 1/3 of a cup. I should have brought my measuring cup. Again, 1/3 of a cup. But I'm just gonna sprinkle a few on the blueberries. This is a parfait, so I want layers. And then I'm gonna just take a little yogurt. So I'm making a snack. I'm not having a meal. If it was a meal, I'd have a lot more. So then I'm gonna put my little bit of yogurt on top. And this isn't looking very neat. And then to add a little variety, I'm gonna take a strawberry, okay? And I'm just gonna slice up my strawberry and put that on top, okay? And then I might do another little layer of yogurt, okay? And you could obviously have a bigger bowl and mix it all up and do all that. And then I'm gonna top it off with my granola. And for me, this is practically a dessert, okay? Because I've got my sweet granola, which I like. It has, again, it has oats. It has healthy things in it, oats and grain and nuts and things, but it also has some sugar. So it's really hard to find food without sugar. So to me, this would be a healthy snack. This would have protein from my yogurt, and then my fruit, 2 fruits. I've got practically my rainbow just sitting right here. And I've got grains and I've got fruit. So I've got dairy, fruit, grains. There's protein in yogurt, so I could hit the protein, carbohydrates. Man, I am super duper healthy. All right, well, enjoy, and you have a great day, okay? All right, bon appetit.